Hey everybody, I'm back. Today is Friday, March 13th. I'm 5 days after surgery. On Monday I went in at 5:30 in the morning and got prepped, had surgery at 7:30 a.m. I think I got to my room maybe around 11ish and came out of the anesthesia downstairs a little bit. They got me upstairs. I was still pretty out of it. My wife and my mom and dad were there, but I don't really remember seeing them that much. But a couple hours later, then I could recognize or remember seeing them a couple hours later. But I woke up with when I first remembered, I did have some pain, a little more than I thought I would. They just put me on basically liquid Tylenol, not really a whole lot stronger pain medication. They would have if I would have asked for it, but it did hurt, but it wasn't that intolerable. So I just went ahead and rolled with the Tylenol. And I was in the hospital for 2 days. The toughest thing about the first day is that, and I didn't know this going in, they probably told me, I just didn't remember, is that I couldn't have any liquid at all for that first day. So they gave me a little cup of water to dip a little sponge in, and I was able to rub that in my mouth just to get a little moisture. But I didn't know that, so that was kind of a shock when I kind of came to and asked for some water. The next day they take you down to do an x-ray, and they give you 50 milliliters of this awful tasting stuff. You drink that. They do an x-ray to see if there's any leaks, and then they brought me back up to my room. Then I had to go back down a couple hours later to do another x-ray to verify that there were no leaks. Did that, and then I was able to have clear liquids once I was clear from there. So then I was given water, and then drank water throughout the day, these little 30 milliliter cups. I'd drink 2 of those an hour, and then by that night I had a little bit of broth. And then the next day I had some broth and a popsicle, and that was the second day in the hospital. And so that day went a little bit better with sipping water all day. Got a couple of cups worth of water in, plus, like I said, the broth and the popsicle, and also a little thing of Jello, sugar-free Jello. So the next day, the doctor came in about 9 in the morning. She gave me the clearance to go home, and I got out of there probably by 11 or noon that day. And then since then I've been trying to get my 70 grams of protein in a day. Right now I'm drinking some IsoPure drinks, which have about 40 grams of protein, and they're 20 ounces, so it helps with the water and the protein, but you still need to get some more meal replacement in. So I've been drinking some of the shakes and some yogurt. I tried both vanilla and plain yogurt. You can't have anything with chunks. The vanilla tasted pretty good, and I've eaten a couple of those. I tried the plain, and I didn't really like that. So everything's been going good. The first day out of surgery, like I said, it hurt a lot more than I thought it would. Since then, it's gotten better. Today, on the 5th day, I haven't taken any pain medication, and I haven't taken any nausea medication. The nausea medication really helped the first few days, because I could tell when it was starting to wear off, I was getting more nauseous. But today's been pretty good. I've been drinking water, yogurt, and my protein shakes. So everything's going pretty well. The only hiccup I had was when about a week into my pre-drinks that I had to do for 2 weeks. After my first weigh-in, where I'd lost my 10 pounds, my goal weight, I did go out for a meal. I had these 2 burritos from a place I like in town, and then got right back on it. So out of the first 2 weeks, actually I did it for 16 days. I did have 1 meal in that time frame. The rest of the time it was all protein shakes, and that really helped me up for afterwards. And any advice I'd give you is, if you do happen to go off, try not to, but if you do, just get right back on the shakes. I had that 1 meal, and I said, I'm not going to do that again. I felt horrible about doing it. So it really helped to just jump right back in, do the shakes. I had another 6, 7, 8 days before my surgery where it was all just shakes. But I kind of got that out of my system, and that was it. So other than that, things are going well. I've been trying to walk every day. They do get you up after surgery walking right away. I was up probably a couple hours after surgery walking, and I'd walk every couple hours. They gave me the clearance that first day to walk on my own. So I'd go and I'd walk in the hallway, and then since I've been home, I'm going for at least one nice walk a day outside, and it's about 50 degrees right now. And then I'm trying to walk in. I live in an apartment. I'm trying to walk in the apartment about every hour on the hour, just to make sure I don't get blood clots and that sort of thing. I'm probably out of that woodwork now, 5 days after, but I'm going to keep walking to make sure, and I need to do that for my health anyways. It helps settle in everything as well. When I drink something and I walk, it seems like it settles in my organs better, or my stomach, wherever, that the more walking I do, the more settled I get, and it gets everything else moving as well. So that's the update for now. I'll be back with you as soon as I can. Thanks. Hey guys, I'm back. It's April 7th. I had my surgery 1 month and 1 day ago, and everything's been going great. I did have some pain in my left-hand side that I went back for a checkup on, and they said that's pretty typical. It's kind of where the incisions go back together, or where they put everything back together. And then I talked to another patient that had surgery the same day as me, and she had the same issue, but it's gone away. It lasted for about 5 days. I called the doctor right away, and she said if it continued, to go ahead and come in and see her. So I did that on that 5th day, and then it started getting better after that almost immediately. And actually that morning before I went and saw her, it started to feel better. So I think it was just some pain from the surgery that didn't hit me till later. So other than that, I started the puree for 2 weeks. Did really well with that. Just had to make sure that all the food was really moist. I had some tuna a couple times that I didn't puree good enough, and it really got stuck in my throat and kind of just right in the middle of my chest, and it really hurt. So as soon as that happened, I just stopped eating it and waited it out. And then I just didn't have any more of that right then. So that's been the only thing. And I did have it several times before that. It's just that I didn't puree it enough. Other than that, I've been eating hummus, cottage cheese, guacamole, but some of the hummus and the guac don't have a whole lot of protein, but the cottage cheese does. I found these Greek yogurt bars that are really good, like ice cream, yogurt, these frozen bars that are pretty tasty. That's really helped me. I think those have 8 or 9 grams of protein, so that's really helped. I did some Isopure drinks at first after my surgery. I'm not drinking those anymore. They're about $5 a piece, but they really did help that first couple weeks for me to get my protein in. I think it was 20 ounces and 40 grams of protein, so it was a lot, and it was adding for my water as well. Doing really well with my water. Definitely drinking the 64 ounces a day, right around there. Not really less than that most days. It's right about that on the spot. I'll do some sugar-free popsicles, which help for the water as well. So that's kind of combined. I kind of get that. Today I had some turkey sandwich slices, sandwich meat slices that I just made sure I chewed really well. I go for my checkup tomorrow. It was supposed to be today, but it got pushed back till tomorrow because of some facility issues at the doctor. So I go and see the doctor tomorrow, but they said whether I saw the doctor or not at the 2-week mark, which is the 4-week mark from surgery, to go ahead and start the soft food. So I'll let you know how that goes. I haven't really messed around with much except for that turkey today, but I got some salmon that I'm going to cook later. I got some shrimp that I'll cook eventually. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see, what are some other things that I've been eating? I got some cheese spread that was pretty good for some protein. That really helped. Everything, like I said, has been going pretty decent. As far as weight, I'm down to 295 and 294 actually. And that's on my home scale. The doctor's scale is usually about 3 pounds more, so I am under the 300 mark, which is a huge feat for me. I haven't been under 300 in probably 15 years or so. I feel really good. I'm walking a lot every day. Worked out at the 2-week mark when I saw the doctor. I went and worked out for the next 3 days. That's when I started really feeling the side issues, so I stopped that until today. Worked out today, felt great. But I've been walking, trying to get my 10,000 steps in a day. Been getting about 6, 7, 8,000 on average, and pushing my way to the 10,000. So I'm not really hitting that every day yet. There have been a couple days, but not on a consistent basis yet. But I'm getting there, and I have to remember that I am only a month out. Sometimes I want to push myself harder, but I have to remember, I am only a month after surgery. So I've been back to work for a couple weeks. The first week I worked from home, which was nice. And then the second week I started traveling again. I've traveled 4 days, haven't had an issue. Just made sure I took some a protein shake with me. A muscle milk is what I've been drinking. Took that and some sugar-free pudding for a snack, and water, of course. And that really helped. Me and my wife went away for the week, or just for one day last weekend, and we went to this nice little village, and I was able to buy some of that cheese spread there that I was able to eat, and then I just planned ahead and took some of my food with me. So far I haven't been struggling. It's been pretty good. The other person that I talked to, she was struggling to get all her protein in a day. She was having issues with dairy. I've been lucky not to have that. So I'll give you an update as soon as I can. Maybe in another couple weeks when I go from soft food to regular food.